Hello, 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 everybody. Oop. Hello, 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 everybody. I forgot to mute myself. Okay, there we go. That should be better. Hello, air crew. How are you doing? Welcome back to the league. Okay. We're gonna give everybody a minute or two to kind of trickle in. I know it's a little bit late, but whatever. Whatever. Yes, we end the Thursday. We are on January 2nd. At least I am, and I know some of you are in the future. But right now we are in week 1, day number 3. So there's about 14 games that we have completed so far, give or take. I lied. 14. Yes, 14 games in. So. And yeah, we're gonna today. Just to give you guys a head, I do not know what's happening on Saturday with the stream yet. I believe it will probably be a 8 p.m. stream because I think Don Marcus is taking that one. We have had obviously had a lot of problems recently with getting streams on because of the holiday season. It's unfortunate. We had not only that, we had our streamers, because we really don't have any backup because of the holiday season. The main streamers who were supposed to stream got sick. Don being one of them. He was supposed to stream last night, and clearly did not happen. But he feels much better, supposedly. So anything short of him relapsing, I believe he should be set to go on Saturday. But we'll have an announcement for you guys tomorrow. If anything, we'll shuffle things around. We do appreciate your patience with it. I know this is not the ideal thing to happen, but hey, it is what it is. All right. So let's look at the schedule for tonight. First, we'll have Anchorage at Kansas City. Then we're going to have a quick sim day. I believe that's an actual off day. Actually, no, I think that's the off day for majors. But anyways, doesn't matter. On May 10th, it will be Louisville versus California. Then we'll have a quick sim day. It will be San Antonio at OBX. And then a quick sim, and then followed by Cancun, Buffalo, followed by Providence, Nashville. That's weird. It's a Thursday. Usually there'll be more minors game. But okay. But hey. All right. Sorry, I thought I heard something, but not really. Just kidding. Okay. So let's get to it. So we're gonna go forward a day here. And we're gonna go world scores and save. All right, so we will first have Kansas City, Anchorage Wheeler at Kansas City. We do have a prediction. I'm gonna leave that for a. Who leads after 9th? So we got some time. So get your predictions in. We're gonna start this up in about a second. But let's take a look at the team matchup here. The Hep Kitties are rebuilding. They have some young talent on the team, and if all goes well, they should be actually pretty decent next season. But for now, they are obviously on the younger side and need some TPE to help. We'll have biggest, tittiest, smittiest BTS starting for the Half Cats, and we'll have Warren Peace starting for the Wheelers. So let's see, anything crazy so far this season. Robin Quincy batting 379 this short season so far, and down here Zen Bobris 356 for the Wheelers, so off to a good start. And hey, Nasbase himself, so 377. 395, 396 by Cassie's consideration. So there's some stuff going on there. Oh, okay, great. Hello, Blowpop. Hope you're doing well. All right. Yes, the Hep Kitty's got the nil litter. Yes. All right. So let me just check the thing, and we'll jump straight into it. Keep in mind the prediction will be up for a bit. It is who leads after 9 or after 9. So we'll see what happens. No, we're 40, 40. Okay, so let's get this rolling. My settings should have saved. I don't think anything changed. All right, here we go. It will be Jessica Como getting a infield hit to start the game, and Lumero the second strikes out. Bobris up the middle, base hit, a man on first and second, one out for Webb. Webb will walk, the bases is loaded for Hog Feather Jones, who will get a single up the middle, and that's a base hit. Anchorage takes the lead. Pass will ground into a double play to end the inning. So they did threaten, did get a run on, but not as much as they probably want to. Go to the bottom of the first. Kansas City is up, and Speed Kills will ground out. Robin Quincy will drop this into left for a base hit. Dave Lorinsky will draw the walk. Fort Lincoln Mercury will pop out into the foul territory. World Eater will... Oh, and that's a error by the second baseman as he throws it away, and the game is now tied at 1 as Quincy comes in to score. 4 will ground out, and that will end the inning. So we're tied up at 1. Go to the top of the second here. It'll be Baco will lead things off with a base hit to the left. Cassius Consideration will fly out to center. Zach Lee will hit this one deep, and it'll drop in. He'll get himself a double, an RBI double, as Baco comes in to score. It's 2-1 Anchorage. Como will strike out. Lumero the second will ground out. So, all right, down to the bottom of the second we go. Gnome Child will ground out. Joe Getz will ground out to shortstop as well. Slobberknocker will fly out to left. 1-2-3 inning there for War and Peace, and we'll go to the top of the third. It'll be Bobris, Webb, and Jones, as Bobris will draw the walk. Austin Webb will fly out to right. Hog Feather Jones will drop this into right for a base hit, and the runner's at the corner. Pass with strikeout swinging. Dan Baco will ground back out to the pitcher. So now we go to the bottom of the third. Kansas City back up to the top of the order. Speed Kills will ground out. Robin Quincy will draw the walk. David Levinsky will fly out to left. Lincoln Mercury will ground out, and that will be all for the Hepcats. All right, Cassius Consideration will ground out. Zach Lee will ground out to the shortstop. Como will hit this one back up the middle. Base hit for Jessica Como. Numero the second, as Como steals second. Numero the second dropped this into right, and that should score Como, and it does. It's 3-1 Anchorage. Zen Brobris will fly out to left. A nice grab and left there by Quincy. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It's 3-1 Anchorage. World Eater will... Oh, and that's a rob in the center field to take away a base hit. 4 will ground out. Chayo will pop out. So it's a 1-2-3 inning. So the offense not really working there for Kansas City. Austin Webb will lead things off for the Wheelers as a Juan Legacy Point comes into pitch. Jones will get a base hit. Pass. And that's a pass ball. It's Jones will move to second. And a pop out by Pass. Infield pop out. Dan Baco will ground out to first, and that will be it. Bottom of the fifth we go. Joe Getz leading things off for the Hepcats, and will ground out. Slobberknocker will draw the walk. Speed Kills will get this into the gap, and that may score a run. No, they'll hold the run at third. So second and third, one out for Quincy, who will sky this to left, but not deep enough. And Levinsky hits the one back to the shortstop, but he cannot field it cleanly. And Levinsky gets picked off, and that's the end of the inning, leaving runners at third. Top of the sixth, Cassius Consideration will fly out to left for first out. Zach Lee strikes out. And a strikeout by Como is a 1-2-3 inning for Legacy Point. Lincoln Mercury will ground out for the first out. World Eater will strike out. Warren Peace going into his sixth inning. That's his first strikeout. And that one's launched by 4, and that's gone. He ties the game up at 3. So much for that coast streak. Hoi 4 ties the game at 3 as Noam Chow strikes out, and that'll be end of the inning. Lumero draws the walk to lead things off. Bulbris will strike out looking. Austin Webb will draw the walk, 2 on, 1 out for Jones. Jones will, okay, wow, that was really fast. He grounds to the field of choice, and then Pass strikes out as he cannot hold up the swing. So it's tied at 3 still, bottom of the 7th. And that's down the line by Joe Getz. And he's going for 3, and he makes it a triple for Joe Getz to lead things off. Slobberknocker grounds out as they play the infield in. Z Kills grounds out. They play, wow. And Robin Quincy strikes out, so the Hepcat squanders a leadoff triple. And the game is still tied at 3. Top of the 8th, Baco will fly out to left. Consideration will pop out to the foul territory. Zach Lee, he drops this into the left for a base hit. 2 out base hit. Back to the top of the order as Como strikes out against Kevin Cho. Bottom of the 8th, Levinsky will sky this to left for the first out. Lincoln Mercury will drop this into the gap. That should be extra bases, and he's in there safely at second. World Eater, that's a pass ball, and Mercury goes to third. World Eater draws the walk. James Ransom comes into pinch hit, and he draws a walk as Child strikes out. Bases loaded, 2 out for Getz. And he dropped this into center field, and that's a run coming in. Joe Getz. 4-3 Hepcats. Slobberknocker will ground out, so they get 1 run in, and we go to the top of the 9th, last chance for the Wheelers. And that's a line out by Lumero. Bulbris will draw the walk. Webb will ground 1-2, double play as McKinley finishes the things off as the Hepcats come back to win this 4-3. Look at the batting here for Anchorage. It's 2 for 5 day for Como, 3 for 4 day for Hogfeather with a RBI. Zach Lee with an RBI on the Kansas City side. They scatter 7 hits. The RBIs come from Levinsky and 4 and Getz. Pitching, Warren Peace gets a no decision as McDougall takes the loss. For Kansas City, it is Kevin Choke getting the win and McKinley getting the save. Warren Peace is the player of the game. All right, let's go top to bottom here. Okay, the Surge will take the win, the 11th win of the season, 3-2 over New York. For New York, not a lot of offense there. An RBI from Taz and Skatos, and that was pretty much it. For Buffalo, it is Splorger with the 3 for 4 day for an RBI. Down to the pitching, P-Dub Woods taking the loss there as Kobe Kaufman getting the win. Westbrook getting the save. Kobe Kaufman is the player of the game. The Aviators will blank the Crabs 3-0. Nothing really for Providence there. Outer Banks, a couple RBIs from Garbanzo, and that was pretty much it. Pitching duel. Jay Doctor taking the loss. Kim Ji-woo getting the win, third of the season, and Ryan Stryker Jr. with the save. Kim Ji-woo is the player of the game. The Slav with an 8-2 victory over the Raptors. They are 10-5 now. And for San Antonio, they're led by Don Marcus, 3 for 5 days of an RBI, a couple of hits for Rob Littleton, who off to a fantastic start as a rookie. Spreading out all the RBIs between that mid to bottom of the lineup there. On the Boise side, the only RBI coming from Nepetit and Barker Bubbs. Mike Boss, the third, getting the win, despite walking 6. Impressive that he survived walking 6. And the Phantom taking a loss. He walked 6 and it didn't go so well. Mike Boss, the third, player of the game. Vancouver with a 3-0 victory over the Pathfinders. On Vancouver's side, Pierre Phillip 3 for 4 Dave, an RBI, a 2 for 3 Dave, an RBI for Berlina. On Toronto's side, they were led by McNeely with 3 hits, but nothing else to show for it. Andy Beans with a win, first of the season. Yidabal getting the loss there. He's now 0-3. Andy Beans is the player of the game. Nashville walk-off. It is Mom Spooner of a 2-run shot off of Romeo McFlourish for the Stars to beat the Apex 10-8. For Indy side, they were led by Southworth with a 2 for 4 day 3 RBI, a couple RBI for Catcher Scudder and Rosenthal. Over on Nashville side, DeVille with 3 hits, Shawnee Cove with 3 for 5 day, 3 RBIs, 4 RBIs for Hayden Andrews Jr. there. And the aforementioned Mom Spooner over that 2-run walk-off, home run. Over on pitching, Chicken taking the loss there and the blown save. On Nashville side, Bubba Blaze getting the win, first of the season. Hayden Andrews Jr. is the player of the game. All right, Detroit beat Luna Base 6-4. Luna Base, a lot of hits, and they scrounged up 4 runs there. Poe and Euclid getting an RBI. Texas Ranger with an RBI. Over on Detroit side, they were led by Ruiz. Ruiz. 1 for 4 day, 3 RBIs. An RBI also from Valor Jr. and Shan. Evan Duck getting the loss, and Strider getting the win for Detroit. Chicken Nudes to hold, and Thorne Belfort with a save. Rhino Leg is the player of the game, the 3 for 4 day. The Sea Serpents will get the win over the Scorpions 11-4. They were led by David Doug, 3 for 6 day, 3 RBIs, and Theo Aller, 4 for 5 day, 3 RBI, a couple RBI for Saxaquil. Over on Death Valley side, a couple of hits for Giannulis and Gnomes to lead the way. Chris Cash getting the win. Simicalis Jr. taking the loss, and the player of the game is Theo Ellard. Cancun continues their hot streak here. They win 2-1 over the Rougarous. Rougarous finding himself under 500 now. Not a lot of offense. They scattered 6 hits, the only RBI coming from Ash Williams. On Cancun's side, they were led by Bob Catter, 2 for 3 day, 2 RBIs. Lycan with a complete game loss. That's rough. Nova Montaigne getting the win, first of the season. Ryan Lee with a save. Nova Montaigne is the player of the game. Right, down to minors, we saw the Hepcats, and now we go to the Firehawks beating the Uranus 8-5. Over on the Firehawks side, they were led by Bompensiero, 3 for 5 day, 1 RBI, and Dante Lopez, 2 for 5 day, 3 RBIs. Oh, when they Altuve, also Altuve, 2 for 4 day, 4 RBIs on the bottom of that lineup there. Over to pitching, Thor Lore getting the win, striking out 7 over 6, and the player of the game is also Altuve. The Lemurs 3-2 victory over Florida. Over on Florida's side, they scattered 10 hits. The RBI coming from Hawkins and McLeod. Louisville, they're led by Stephen Moore Jr., 3 for 4 day on RBI. Dinker and Griffin both had an RBI as well. Pitching wise, is Jay Kirkpatrick getting the loss for Florida. Over on Louisville side is George Braxton getting the win, second of the season. McFarland the hold, Loaf with the hold, and Delaveau with the save. And Cornelius George Braxton, player of the game. Okay, State College will beat Amarillo 10-1. A lot of offense, a lot of crooked numbers for the Swifties there. Everybody but Bellion getting an RBI. That's pretty insane. But they were led by Mizushima, 4 for 5 day, 2 RBIs. On the Dillo side, the long RBI coming from Walter Walterson. And pitching, he belongs with me. You belong with me. First win of the season. Flopwa getting the loss for Amarillo. And Kota Mitsushima, player of the game. Last game of this first day of the sim, we had the Bears moving to 7-8, beating the Kingpins 6-4. For the Bears, they were led by Tonkmato, 2 for 5 day for RBI. Oh, 3 RBIs down here for Tweedlecock. On Chicago's side, Macaroni, 2 for 4 day for an RBI, double RBI for Hinckley. And down in the pitching, Fletcher Jones getting the win, 3-0 on the season now. Von Helwick with the save. Innings Eater with a loss. And player of the game is Fletcher Jones. Alright, this is a full off day. And let's take a look here. Alright, the next up, it is Louisville and California. And there is a prediction up. Louisville, California, last team to score. We'll move over here. It would be Jenny B. Pink versus John Valek the fourth. Looks like the Lemurs have an edge here, but we'll see. Alpha Nerd off to a very good start, 404 for the season, 3 home runs, 7 RBIs. The Firehawks, Dante Lopez hitting over 400 here. The pitchers got roughed up a bit. Not too shabby of a start for Jenny B. Pink. I assume the FIP and other stuff is probably very high, the high whip and the low Ks, but doesn't matter. That's not what the result says. All right, let's kick this off. All right, and it'll be Handy Manny flying out for the first out. Stephen Moore Jr. grounds out. Cecil Richards will strike out. 1-2-3 inning for Valek the fourth. And we go to the bottom of the first. Artema leading things off with a Firehawks with a walk. Kryptonite will ground into a double play. Can you take me higher? Gets himself an infield hit. Zach Johnson the third. He will ground out. So we move to the top of the second. It will be Alpha Nerd leading things off with a bomb. That is gone. Alfred Nerd, Oppo Taco. 4th home run of the season, giving the Lemurs a 1-0 lead. Dinker will pop out weirdly into foul territory for the first out. Robin Griffin will fly out to center. Kwanzaa will hit this one fairly. Oh, that's gone. Kwanzaa. Johansi Kwanzaa with his 4th home run of the season. Sugisawa will draw the walk. Wallach will strike out looking. So the Lemurs with 2 home runs to give himself a 2-0 lead. And 1 power bat flies out. And Bompensiero gets a base hit, and then Lopez grounds out into a fielder's choice. Beavers draw the walk, so 2-on-2 out for Altuve, who will drop this into right for a base hit. Oh, they did not send the runners. Bases loaded for Artema, who will promptly strike out. That's what you get for not sending the runner with 2 outs. So, no score. We go to the top of the third, top of the order for the Lemurs as Manny will fly out. Moore Jr. will ground out to the shortstop. Oh, Richards up the middle, base hit. Alpha Nerd will fly out to right. Okay, got jammed at the animation. Bottom of the third we go. Dirk's Kryptonite leading things off with a ground out. Can you take me higher? Hit this one deep, but it'll be caught by the left fielder. And up the middle, base hit for Zach Johnson III. Power bat will draw the walk. And Bompensiero will draw the walk as well. Bases loaded, and there's a slow roller. That's a infield hit for Lopez, and that will score runs. Bases still loaded. It's 2-1. And Beavers will ground out to first to end the inning. They do pull closer. It's 2-1. We go to the top of the 4th. Louisville back up with Dinker flying out to center for the first out. Griffin will hit this one deep. Home run number 3 of the day for the Lemurs, as that's home run number 7 for Griffin. They give him a 3-1 lead. Kwanzaa grounds out. Sugisawa will get a base hit. Wallach grounds into a fielder's choice, and that's the third out. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Yes, Luma, we go fast. We don't screw around here. All right, and that's a base hit for Altuve to lead things off for the Firehawks. Artema will hit this one fairly deep, but it'll be caught in left field for this first out. Kryptonite will ground into fielder's choice. Mihire will get himself an infield hit. 2-on-2 out for Johnson, and he will ground out to third to end the 4th. We're not here to have fun. Top of the order for the Lemurs as Manny was strike out. Maybe they shouldn't bat lead off at batting 125. Just saying. But anyways, Stephen Moore Jr. pops out. Oh, Richards will ground out. And that's a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th here. It will be the 5, 6, 7 bats for the Firehawks. As power bat showing off the power. First home run of the season. Getting a little closer. It's 3-2 now. Lemurs still lead. Bompensiero will fly out to center. Lopez will ground out. Beavers will fly out to center. So the ball is kind of jumping. Not really that high of a scoring game because they're all solo shots. But Alfred Nerd will strike out looking against Valak. Dinker will hit this one deep, but that will be caught in center. Griffin dropped this into left for a base hit. So 2-out hit for Griffin. Kwanzaa will strike out swinging. Go to the bottom of 6 here. Altuve will lead things off for the Firehawks. There will be a pitching change as Robo Dibble comes in. Altuve grounds out. Artema strikes out. Kryptonite strikes out as well. 1-2-3 inning. We go to the top of the 7th. Lemurs looking to extend their lead. And Sugisawa will ground out Wallach will fly out to right. Manny up the middle, base hit. Stephen Moore and Manny will steal second. Moore will strike out looking. Now the it as Mihire will lead things off for the Firehawks with a walk. Johnson the third. Oh, and that is a diving catch in center to rub a hit. And this one's launched by Power Bat. That's caught. Oh, wow. I thought that might have had a chance. He almost had his second home run there. But that will be it as Bompensiero will ground out. Still 3-2. Go to the top of the eighth here. Oh, Richards grounds out. Alpha Nerd draws the walk. Tinker. Oh, and that's bobbled by the shortstop. 2 on, 1 out for Griffin, who will hit this one fairly deep to right. It will be caught, but the runner moves on to third. Kwanzaa dropped this into right field. That is a base hit as they add on to the lead, 4-2. Oh, and they cannot hold on to second baseman as another run comes in, 5-2. Wallach will pop out to shallow center, and that will be it. They drop 2 in to extend the lead, 5-2. California comes in now, bottom of the eighth. They need some runs, but Lopez will strike out looking. Beaver. Yeah, I don't know if those are. Yeah, none of them were errors. They assumed they were just tough plays. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I get one of them not being. I think one of them should have been an error, but whatever. Top of the ninth. Andy Manny will ground out. Stephen Moore Jr. will drop this into left for a base hit. Oh, Richards will drop this into right for a base hit. First and second, 1 out. Alpha Nerd will draw the walk. Bases loaded. Tinker hit this in center, and it's now 6-2 as the Firehawks pen cannot do much. But they do get Griffin to ground out and shallow enough. And then they get Kwanzaa to ground out. But the damage been done. They kind of letting 3 go in 8th and 9th, but 6-2. A ground out for Artema. Kryptonite will strike out. Last chance. Can you take me higher? Will strike out swinging. And that will be it. The Lemurs will take the 6-2. Over on Louisville's side, everybody getting a hit except for Wallach. They were led by Kwanzaa over 2 for 5 day, 2 RBI with a home run home run being that 2 RBIs. I'm sorry, that's 1 RBI. I think the other one came in RBI single. California, they scatter a bunch of hits, a couple of hits for Mihire and Altuve. Pink with the win, first of the season. Robo Dibble getting the save. Valak getting the loss there, and Alpha Nerd, player of the game. All right, let's save this. Probably need to get some water. All right, go to the top to bottom. New York getting a 8-2 victory over the Pathfinders. New York was led by the greatest ever. Sebastian Otash with 3 hits, a couple RBIs for Yeti Taz continuing his continuous crazy hitting. A couple RBIs for most Skatehos as well. Over Toronto's side, getting a RBI from McNeely and Hernandez. Down in the pitching, Johnny Patey, V2, the ageless one, getting his 3rd victory of the season. Non-disclosure agreement getting the hold, and that's it. Thunder Miller dropping to 0-3. Oh, ouch, but 9 ERA. Player of the game is Chris Angel, who went 2 for 3 with an RBI, and he stole 2 bases. He's at 22 stolen bases, by the way. He is on pace to absolutely. He's on pace for 130, right? Oh, now it went higher, 149 stolen bases, because that's totally sustainable. Yeah, like, hey, if you're allowed to put yourself best as 53 class, I'm allowed to say, as the reigning MVP, the reigning Triple Crown winner, And the rain Gold Glove catcher for some reason. I actually didn't know that until I won it. But you know, no, just saying, just saying. So, all right. Out of Banks Aviators, who beat the Slavs 7-5 on a walk-off, is a two-run shot off of Nathan a ball by Garbanzo. So Sonic Gmail getting a walk-off against Abel. San Antonio's hitting. Most of the damage is done in the bottom of the order. Looks like a couple RBI for Stewart and RBI for Littleton. Littleton having, again, like I said before, a fantastic rookie season. Out of Bankside, 3 hits and 3 RBIs for Garbanzo. McDaniel with 3 hits as well. Okada Khan with an RBI. The pitching, it is Nathan Abel getting the loss, and Strand with no decision, and Nansen getting the win, first of the season out of the pen. George Garbanzo is the player of the game. That is easily one of the best season, if not the best. No, it's not the best. I'll be very. It's one of the better. There was a point where I was on pace with 10 WAR, but obviously that was not very sustainable. So I finished the season with 8-8. So in terms of WAR, I think that may have been 3rd or 4th best. So, but yeah, no, I don't think that was actually the greatest season. No, but it's extremely good. Don't get me wrong. So I'm not gonna try to downplay it because there's no way I can. And oh goodness, how do you score 5 to? Oh, okay, never mind. Triple ground and Gold Glove is yeah. I actually didn't actually check the Gold Glove because catcher Gold Glove's kind of all over the place. So I actually didn't know that I won until I saw the results. I mean obviously like I tracked the offensive stats, so I knew that I'm pretty sure I had MVP locked. I'm pretty sure I had a Silver Slugger locked. But yeah, the Gold Glove one was I did not expect that one, but yeah. Well, there is a catcher WAR bump, so that is taken into account where odds are if you had a career, your WAR should be higher than other positional player because that's just how that is done in OTP for whatever reason. So that has to be taken into account, So I totally get if in a normal season, if a catcher and let's say a center fielder, they're tied, let's say they were very close in WAR, then I some consideration has to be made that it's not just like whoever comes in second might actually be the better player. So Octagon Crown. He did have 35, only 55 walks. Yeah, I mean, I don't. I mean, 55 walks is actually pretty good considering like at 70I, you don't really, you probably won't. 70I maxing out at 70I, you probably get between 40 to like 50 something walks. So yeah, helped that I had like 44 doubles or whatever it was, but so that kind of drove up the OPS. Anyways, Boise would get the 6th win of the season, scoring 5. This is a walk-off grand slam by Udo Bonga off of Ryan Neggs. So they tied the game and then he walked off of a grand slam. That's insane. Providence, they were led by Justin Fern, 3 hits. Cool Crab with 3 hits and RBI. Crazy Mojito Cove with 3 hits and 2 RBIs as well. So they got the runs in, just clearly did not pitch well. Bongo with that 3-for-6 day with that walk-off, the 4 RBIs down to pitching. Laharm James getting no decision. Possum with the blown save and Neggs with the blown save as well, giving up that 5 runs, and now his ERA is 14. Boise pitching. It looks like Bakugo getting the win out of relief. Udo Bonga is the player of the game. Yes. Yeah, best in war doesn't. Yeah, it's like you. It depends how. I don't know. Like if you're like maybe point 0.2, point 0.3 above the next person, there's a good chance you may not win it. In all fairness, I was like 2 wars higher than everybody else, so um, I mean, you get the bump. You don't get a 2 war bump. Like at most you may get maybe a half a war, or maybe like something crazy like a war. I know stolen bases like as speedsters, you might actually get like a 1 war bump, uh, in in that in the final thing, but who knows? Got to do some math. Anyways, the Surge get the 12th win of the season. They've had a fantastic start so far, 11-8. Their offense is popping on all cylinders. Damian Thriller, Kerry Kelly with a couple of hits and RBI. Splorger with 3 for 5, day 2 RBIs. A lot of crooked numbers. Tomlin with 3 RBI. Neal with a couple RBIs. Over on Vancouver's side, they were led by Danny Burgers, 2 for 5, day 2 RBIs. Pitching, Brigham Irons getting the win, 3rd of the season. Bernard getting the loss. And the player of the game is Dimply Splorger. Pin the tail on the donkey. I depends on what. I mean, like war does play in a factor. I know when I'll be honest, I leave the voting up to my co-GM because I have too much stuff to do, and I haven't actually voted. I actually have another vote that I could use as a sim team member, but I don't. But generally, I think what I usually do, I start with war and then I sort the other stats. Like I said, if someone blew everybody out of the water on war, it's kind of clear you kind of don't do that while having a fantastic season above everyone else. So, but if it's close, I generally sort through the other guys to trying to see where that war comes from. So, no, I mean when it's close, they do have to make whatever not we have seen a lot of very tight MVP races, so it's not every season where you have one player that just goes way above everybody else. That's not how it works every season. So, I mean, even Sun Gun would laugh at you for that. So let's be fair. Detroit 8-1 victory over Sea Serpents. Batting for the I was gonna say Pistons, the Demons. They're led by Valor Jr. 3 for 4, day 3 RBIs, a couple RBIs for Shen on the bottom of that order. Seattle, they got the only RBI coming from Grand Slammed off. Not exactly a lot of offense going on for them. Mulligan getting the win, first of the season. DeVries getting the loss. Player of the game is Vidal Valor Jr. Can you give votes to retired player? You could do whatever you want as far as I'm concerned. 8-1 victory for the Toros as well as they just continue trampling through the league. They're on a torrid pace. This is like the OBX of a couple of seasons ago when they start, or OBX started like 27-3 or whatever, something insane. But they're 14-2 right now and chugging along here. Over the Nashville side, the only RBI is coming from Hayden Andrews Jr. Over in Cancun, they're led by Rowdy with a 2 for 5, day 2 RBI. Not a good start to the season, but give it some time. I assume their bats will come around. And imagine this: your team is 14-2, and your best hitter is hitting 194. Yeah, that is a little scary. Zach Motor getting the loss here. JC Swishman getting the win. JC Swishman is the player of the game. Rugaruz will win, getting himself back to 500. 8-4 over the Apex, who dropped to 500. In the Apex side, they were led by Southworth with a couple of hits and RBI, Scudder with a couple of hits and RBI. New Orleans side, it is a couple of RBI for Ramberg, and the other RBIs coming from Brooks and Mills and Dazengile. Professor Farnsworth taking the loss for Indy. Jose Mc43 getting the win, second of the season. Ashley Joanna Williams getting the player of the game. The last majors game, it will be Luna Base over the Death Valley Scorpions 5-1. They scored 3 on the top of the ninth to kind of seal it. They were led by Walker. Looks like he got a home run. Home run third of the season for Texas Ranger with 3 RBIs. Death Valley side, they scattered 5 hits and the RBI coming from Smalls. Aaron Ford getting the win, second of the season. Iceman getting the save. Death Valley, the kid, getting the loss, and the player of the game is Aaron Ford. All right, down to the minors we go. The Lemurs. Wait, we saw this game. I'm talking way too much. Okay, we saw this game. Okay, Bruce City 6-4 victory over the Wheelers. Bruce City is led by Laura Croft with 3 for 5 day and RBI, 3 RBIs for Cliff Plante. On Anchorage side, 2 for 5 day and RBI for Lumero and a couple RBIs for Baco. Wolf with the no decision, Budweiser with the win, Wheeler with the save against the Wheelers. Yidov getting the loss. And the player of the game is Cliff Plante. Plant? State College of an 8-1 victory, the third 8-1 score of today, over the Hepcats. The Hepcats, not a lot of offense going on. A couple of hits for Mercury, World Eater, and 4, and pretty much it. State College side, a lot of crooked numbers. 3 for 5 day for Hirishkish, and RBI, a couple of RBIs for Toga and Mitsushima. Rocker the loss for Kansas City, and Infinity getting the win for State College, going 6 1/3, no earned runs and 5 strikeouts. Tim Infinity is the player of the game. The Ranas shut out the Dillos. Go figure. Go bot team. Down on Dillo's side, 3 hits for Hughes, and that was the only offense they really had. Takahashi taking a loss, and the player's game is Araf Yosh. And last game is the Kingpins shutting out the Flamingos 6-0. On Chicago side, they were led by Marcus with a couple RBIs, a couple of hits for Decantor and Tejada on the bottom of the order. On Florida side, they scattered 9 hits. That's and nothing to show for it. Huishenzenga with a win, second of the season. Barry Balls with the loss for Florida. Sorry, game is Nicholas Huizenga. Okay. All right, so let's take a look here. Schedule. Within this, the next day, 5/11 is a quick sim. And we will save that here. All right, starting up top here, it is the Voyagers getting a 8-3 victory over the Pathfinders. Over in New York side, everybody but Tomato getting a hit. They were led by Yeti Taz with 3 for 4 day. He's batting .347, 8 home runs. Dude, he's completely juiced up. He's got 8 home runs. What the? Okay. Couple RBIs. Carl Beatty Jr. with a couple RBIs as well. Over on Toronto side, they were led by McNeely, 3 for 4 day. He's batting .422. That's insane. And down to the pitching, Hanako getting the win, first of the season. And Joe Random getting the loss, first of the season for him as well. Yeti Taz is the player of the game. Yeah, see, See, Yeti Taz is fueled by Mexican food, and we stuffed a lot of Mexican food over the season, over the off season. So he's juiced up in he's just shooting the Mexican food into his veins now. So just we're not even eating it. The Vandals will get their 7th win of the season, 5-3 victory over the Surge. Over on Buffalo side, 2 for 4 day, 2 RBI for Kerry Kelly to lead the way. Everybody on the Vancouver side except for Brolina getting a hit there. They scattered 4 RBIs between the players. Ruget Whiskey taking the loss first of the season. Vancouver, Max Vila getting the win out of relief. Strub with the save, 2nd of the season. Kerry Kelly is the player of the game. He has 10 minutes to do this. His self-destruct. All right. The Sloths will beat the Aviators 2-1. They score 1 on the top of the 9th to take the go-ahead run. The RBI came from Marcus and Wolfington Jr. Over on Outer Banks side, the only RBI is coming from Garbanzo. Artemis Aria with no decision. Emel getting the win out of relief for San Antonio. Abasi getting the loss out of relief for the Aviators. Artemis Aria, player of the game. Boise with a 1-0 victory over the Crabs. The Crabs are 3-14 now. Unbelievable. They scattered 8 hits on Providence side. And on Boise side, the only RBI is coming from Jeff Hopkins. And Cruiser Jr. getting a tough loss. Franklin Cruiser would get a tough loss there. 0-3 for the season, only giving up 1 earn over 5 2/3. Arcanum getting the win for Boise, striking out 10. Fantastic season so far for him. Steele with the save, and Valorant Arcanum is the player of the game. The Rougarous 3-1 victory over the Apex. For the Apex, the only RBI coming from Enderman up top. For New Orleans, the RBI is coming from Ashley Williams, Manuel Bang, and Abigail Mills. Ortiz getting the loss. Slothberg getting the win. Gotank getting the save, 2nd of the season. Steven Slothberg, player of the game. Nashville with 3-2 victory over the Toros. RBIs from Nashville by DeVille, Cove, and Andrews. On Cancun's side, an RBI from McGillicuddy and Rowdy, and that was all the offense they had. Dizzy Stoner getting the 3rd win of the season. De La Cento with the hold, and Caterino with the save. Center fielder taking the loss there, 2nd of the season for Cancun. Dizzy Stoner is the player of the game. Oh, that kind of sucks. They have 3 losses and 2 of them were center fielders. That kind of sucks. That's unfortunate. I don't even know what PBE is, so I'm just here. Detroit with 9-3 victory over the Seattle Sea Serpents. On Detroit's side, a lot of hits. Everybody getting a hit except for Lou Williams. 2 for 5 day, 2 RBI for Dogwood, 3 free hits for Slamis and Dollarson with a couple RBIs. Over on Seattle side, the RBIs coming from Wellerman, Slamdorf, and Allard. Abernathy Jr. getting the 4th win of the season. Stun Gun going 0-5. So I guess he changed back into a starter. Okay. Stun Gun 0-5 with 12 ERA. Yeah, that's not good. Corin Abernathy Jr. with the player of the game. Death Valley with a 5-2 victory over the Space Rangers. Over on Space Rangers side, Randall Lake leading the way with 3 for 4 day. So is Rock Eater getting a 3 for 4 day. The only RBIs coming from Honk Shu and Euclid. On Death Valley side, 3 RBIs for Gnomes, 2 for 3 day to lead the way. Lunar Base pitching, Robert Green getting the loss. He's 0-5 for the season. Over in Death Valley side, Xavier Pruitt with a win out of relief first of the season. Bandit Key for the save, second of the season. Lon Gnomes is the player of the game. In the minors, we have a 10-4 victory for the California Firehawks over the Lemurs. The Lemurs led by O. Richards with a 3-hit day. On the California side, it is 3 RBIs for Zach Johnson Jr., a 3 for 5 day for Bompensiero, and Power Bat getting a 2 for 4 day 2 RBI out of that. On Louisville side Duck, oh, terrible start, getting the loss, second of the season. Chuck Nasty getting the win, third of the season. Player of the game is One Dog Power Bat Little Bark. Brew City in extras beating the Wheelers 10-7, scoring 1 on the top of the 11 to win this. Tom Tomato leading the way for Brew City with 2 for 5 days and an RBI. Laura Crawford a couple RBIs, and Mike Honcho 2 for 3 days, 4 RBIs for them. Over on Anchorage side, a 2 RBI days from Lumero and a couple RBIs from Zach Lee. Brew City pitching, it is Wheeler the Hole, Mander of the Hole, despite giving up 4 runs. Schlitz with the blown save, and Peregrino with the win in relief and in extras. Anchorage side, it is McDougal with the loss out of relief, walking 4. Ouch. Mike Honcho is the player of the game. The Dillos will win here 2-1 over the Ranas. Dillos were led by Warsmoke with a 3 for 4 day. The RBI coming from Payne and Crystal Holzer. Oh yeah, sure. Aria Blue Sky getting the win, 4 for the season. His ERA is down, he's 4-0 with a 2.97 ERA. Very good season. Chatty Johnson with the save, 4 for the season. Aria Blue Sky, the player of the game. State College over a 7-4 victory over the Hepcats. And the Hepcat side, they were led by Lincoln Mercury with a 2 for 4 day, 3 RBI, a 4 for 4 day for World Eater. We're in the State College hitting, it is a couple RBIs for Bandit Healer, a 3 for 4 day, 2 RBIs for Himiko Toga. Pitching wise, Kansas City, Atkins getting the loss. Hooker, Atkins getting the loss, second of the season. State College side is Thornberry getting the win, first of the season. Fort Lincoln Mercury is the player of the game. All right, last game. This is Florida getting a 6-3 victory over the Kingpins. A couple RBIs for Penley to lead the way for Chicago. On Florida's side is a 3 for 4 day for Summers, 1 for 4 day for Hunter with 3 RBIs. Pitching, Yiduf getting the loss, third of the season, and Sagani Legend getting the win for Florida, second of the season, and Cole Falcon getting the save, second of the season. Sagani Legend is the player of the game. All right, let's see here. We are going to the 12. It is San Antonio OBX. San Antonio and OBX. San Antonio, good start to the season. Looks like batting wise they're favored a little bit. Oh, it might be tied. And it'll be Starburns Globenspiel versus Wombat Jones. The prediction is up. Any pitcher 7+ innings. That would be interesting. I think Jones would have a chance. I don't know if Globenspiel would, but I guess we'll see. Give me a second. I'm going to get some water. I'll be right back. Actually, I do need to step away for a few minutes, so I'm going to start the game. As awkward as it is with no commentary, I don't have a co-host, so I don't have fillers. So yeah, I might not get it. All right, I'm going to start the game. I will be back in a few minutes. Let me just make sure this plays. All right, I shall be back. How is the great job narrating in the chat. I am duly impressed. Okay. Oh wow. Okay, so it looks like it's 7-1 San Antonio. Stewart lead things off with I mean not leading, gets a base hit. 2 outs now as O'Sullivan flies out and Kell grounds out. So not a good start for Wombat, I guess. Martin Khan is into pitch as Fakar will get himself a double. Singh flies out to left, right. Henry will draw the walk. And Harper draws the walk against Khan. And oh, Guzmanzo draws a walk. It's now 7-2. Base is still loaded for McDaniel. McDaniel will drop this into right, base hit. So 2 runs comes in, 7-4. Okada Khan will come up. Okada Khan lifts this into right, and that will be caught and no advance. The Swift will drop this into right. Base is now loaded. Duke will ground out into... Oh. And he grounds out. But it's 7-4, so they chip away. He's top of the 9th here. But Flamio Brown will fly out. Don Marcus will strike out against Ryan Stryker. The ageless wonder. Shaw Dynasty strikes out looking. Bottom of the 9th we go. It's a 7-8-9 hitters for the Aviators. Let's see if they could complete the comeback or not. Fakar is against Abel. Fakar flies out. Singh will ground out. Last chance for the Aviators. Henry will strike out looking as Abel locks this one down. So they made it interesting. San Antonio will win their 12th game of the season, 7-4 over the Aviators. Over on San Antonio's side, they were led by Shaw Dynasty, 1 for 4 day, 2 RBIs, a couple RBIs for Littleton as well. On Outer Banks side, it is McDaniel, so a couple RBIs. And Glorbenspiel getting the win, 3-0. 3-0 for the season. Abel getting his 5th save of the season as well. On Outer Banks side, Jones, Wombat Jones taking the loss there, and Starburns Glorbenspiel, the player of the game. Let's save this. All right. Top to bottom we go. It is the Vandals getting a 4-1 victory over the Surge. On Buffalo side, the only lone RBI comes from Cadavra. On Vancouver side, they were led by Von Caliente, 2 4 day, 3 RBIs, batting .316 for the season. 3 hits for Jerry Mander. Buffalo pitching, Totre with the loss. Winolito. Totre the loss, first decision of the season, apparently. Johnny Tatum getting a 3rd win of the season for Vancouver. Holly Sheet getting the save, 2nd of the season. Johnny Tatum, player of the game. Boise will get a walk-off against the Crabs. It is Bon Appetit getting a run-scoring single versus Alfonso Bonso, that's what it was. Not a lot of offense here. Only RBIs from McKenzie from Providence side. Boise batting. It is Bon Appetit with that walk-off single, and Montalban with an RBI. Boston getting the blown save and the loss for Providence. On Boise side, it is PKVS getting the win, first of her young career. Sloppy Joe, player of the game. New York will beat the Pathfinders 8-0. Over on New York side, led by Most Gatos with 2 for 5 day, 3 RBIs. Over on Toronto side, there's only 1 hit, and that's from Crawford. Really? There's only 1 hit? Yep, there's only 1 hit. Yeah, Chris Angel has a couple more stolen bases. He's on 26 already. Wally Choi getting her first win of the season, going 8 innings, giving up 1 hit, striking out 7. On Toronto side, Benico getting the loss. It's 0-3 for the season. Wally Choi, player of the game. We saw that. So the Rougarous who beat the Apex 6-3. The Apex side, RBIs from Fernandez, Southworth, and Car Crash. On New Orleans side, they were led by 3 hits by Ramberg, couple RBIs by Ash Williams, couple of hits from Steelflex and Guile up top. Bobo is getting the loss, first of the season. Eshelman getting his 3rd win of the season. And player of the game is Brian Eshelman Jr. Nashville, with 8-4 victory over the Toros. They were led by Shawnee Cove with 3 for 5 day, 2 for 4 day from Mo Love with a couple RBIs, couple RBIs for Mom Spooner as well. On Cancun's side, 3 hits for Ocal and 3 RBIs from Azah. That's all they had. Toby Seeger getting the win, 2nd of the season. Picora getting the loss, 1st of the season. And the player of the game is Toby Siegler. Detroit scoring 4 on the top of the 14th to beat the Sea Serpents 7-3. Batting 4 hits for Valor Jr., 4 RBIs from Dollarson, 3 for 7 days for him as well, 3 hits for Holden Jam. On Seattle side, 3 hits for slammed off. The only RBIs coming from Arenado and Becker and Sexico. Oh no, those are walks. Never mind. And Reese, I should say, 3 for 6 days and RBI. On Detroit pitching, Chicken News getting the win in relief. Seattle pitching, Filipali getting the blown save, McQueen getting the loss, and Dollar Dangerson, player of the game. Luna Bays will beat Death Valley 7-2. 3 RBIs for Sterling, 2 RBIs for Poe to lead the way for Luna Bays. On Death Valley side, the only RBIs come from Flamingo and Ingram. Indianapolis getting the win, 1st of the season. Bummis getting the loss for Death Valley, 1st of the season for him. Indianapolis getting the player of the game. Down to the minors we go. State College absolutely destroys the Cupcats 13-5. Over on the hitting for Kansas City, they were led by Levinsky, 3 hit day. Lincoln Mercury, a couple of hits and a couple of RBIs. Over on State College side is a 3 for 5 day, 3 RBI for McKinley, and 4 for 4 day for Hirkish. 3 RBIs for Mizushima as well. So 3 hit day for Bellion and a couple RBIs. Down to the pitching, Michael Dion II taking the tough loss on a tough, just a overall very bad outing. He's 0-2 for the season. Liam Lopez getting the first win of the season for State College. Player of the game is Akshay Hirishkesh. I could never say that right. Just there's something like a tongue twister for me. The Dillos a 16-6 victory over the Ranas. The Dillos, crooked numbers across the board. Everybody getting in their party. Everybody but Crystal Halser getting an RBI. 4 RBIs for Sidney Hughes. 3 RBIs for Pelodrome. 3 RBIs for Shimmy. Over on the pitching side, it is Harold Smith with the win, 3rd of the season, and Aaron Ritter with the save. Picasso is the player of the game. 4 for 4, 6 RBIs. Wow. He is the only offense for the Ranas. Let's go. Picasso has always been a goated bot. Look at that. Picasso is a goated bot. Shush. You said it well. You just need slightly more shush. Yeah, I just need to add a few more shush in there. That'll be fine. A walk-off for the Flamingos over the Kingpins. It is St. Pierre, a run-scoring single against Crony. Chicago side, the RBI is coming from Marcus and Hinckley. Florida, 3 hits for Dinger and Hunter. The RBI is coming from Jackson and St. Pierre, that walk-off. Over on Chicago pitching, it is Haddock the third getting the loss, third of the season, out of relief. On Bauer getting the hole, all getting the blown save, and Confident getting the win, first of the season for the bot. Georgius is the player of the game. Louisville with an 8-2 victory over the Firehawks. Louisville was led by Haney Manny, 3 hits, a couple RBIs for Alpha Nerd, 3 RBIs for Robin Griffin, a couple RBIs for Kwanzaa. On California side, a couple hits for Automa with RBI, the other RBI coming from Lopez. On pitching side, Louisville, Ian Rubbish getting the first win of the season, Delaveau getting the 4th save of the season. California pitching, Pitch Lord getting the loss, first of the season. Ian Rubbish, player of the game. The Bears, 7-0 victory over the Wheelers. 3 RBIs for Plantain. Honcho with a couple RBIs as well. On Anchorage side, 2 hits, one by Webb, one by Pass. That was all the offense they had. Ryan Alvarez, very good season. Getting the win, second of the season. On Anchorage side, McGoface getting the first loss of the season. Ryan Alvarez, player of the game. All right. That's the it's an actual off day. All right, this is the 13th. There's this quick sim in the off day. We'll actually go to the 14th, which is Cancun Buffalo. Who leads after 9? So we got some time. Get your preds in while I start the game. And it will be, okay, the 1 game up there. Toro slightly better. Nova Montaigne versus Kobe Kaufman. They're tied in terms, at least what OTP thinks they are, anyways, from an overall rating standpoint. The veteran Montaigne, slightly deeper in regression now. I believe he's season 39. So that class is slowly drifting away. But having a pretty decent season for a veteran. Kobe Kaufman, up and coming, in his 3rd season with Buffalo, maybe 3rd, maybe. It's a good start so far. 2-0, 3 ERA with a 1.19 WHIP. Good start for Kobe Kaufman. Gotta go with Kaufman. Yeah, I mean, you gotta take the young guy here. So who knows? But Montaigne is nothing to sneeze at. He had a very good career. So, all right. So let's get this rolling along. All right, Chadwick McGillicuddy will lead things off with strike out. Troy Murphy will strike out as well, so good start for Kaufman. Okao up, and Okao will hit this one into center, and they'll be caught. 1-2-3 inning. And if we go to the bottom of the first, Thriller lead things off with a base hit into left. Kerry Kelly will hit this into center, a diving catch to rob Kelly of a hit. Explorer will ground out, and that's a base hit by Kadavra, and that is an RBI, so it's 1-0 Buffalo. Hulk Savage will hit a grounder back to the pitcher, and that'll be it. So they get a run, 2 hits. Go to top of the second, is 1-0 Buffalo. Cancun will lead things off as Rowdy gets a base hit. Azah will hit this one to right and it'll be caught. Sneaky Snack will strike out. Bob Ketta will drop this into center for a base hit. And runners move to third, runners to the corner. Arrow Cove will fly out to center. That'll be it. So we go to the bottom of the second. Buckshank leading things off with a strikeout. Bambino strikes out swinging. Tomlin grounds out. Now we go to the top of the third. Victor Cortez will strike out. McGillicuddy will pop out into foul territory. Troy Murphy will sky this one deep. This goes, and gone. Troy Murphy, home run number 4 of the season. He ties the game at 1. Okao will sky this to right, and it'll be caught for the third out. Go to the bottom of the third. The game is now tied at 1. Mio grounds out. Thriller will hit this one to center, and it'll be caught for the second out. Kerry Kelly will drop this into the corner. That should be extra bases, and he slides in there safely. Explorer will get this one down the same place, down the gap, down to the wall, I should say. That's a triple for Explorer. 2-1 Buffalo. Kadavra will walk. Hulk Savage will ground out to second. It'll end the inning. So Buffalo tags on 1 to regain the lead, 2-1. We go to the top of the fourth. Rowdy will strike out. Azah will strike out as well. Sneaky Snack will hit a grounder, and that's an out. 1-2-3 inning. Bottom of the fourth, Buckshank dropped this into left for a base hit to lead things off. Bambino, that's a balk. Bambino will strike out. Tomlin will ground out, so it's 2 out now for Meal, who will pop out to shallow right. Cancun back up as Keta will fly out to right. Arrow Cove will line out to left. Victor Cortez flies out to right. Go to the bottom of the fifth. Back to the top of the order for Buffalo as Thriller strikes out. Kerry Kelly will ground out to the shortstop. Splorger will hit this one past the center fielder. Another extra base hit for Splorger. Kadavra will draw the walk. Hulk Savage comes up, and he will draw the walk. Bases is now loaded for Buckshank. And a little tapper. Oh, and the catcher cannot feel it. That is an error. And a run comes in to score. As Bambino will strike out. But the error gives Buffalo a 3-1 lead. McGillicuddy will fly out. Troy Murphy will draw the walk. Okao will ground into a double play to end the top of the sixth. We go to the bottom of the sixth. JC Tomlin leading things off with a deep drive to center, but that'll be caught. Meal will draw the walk. Thriller will get a base hit as Meal will go to third. Runners at the corner as Thriller steals second. And a fly ball by Kelly as teleportation works. But that is a sac fly for Kelly as Meal comes in to score. Splorger will strike out swinging. Rowdy will fly out to right for the first out. Azah will get a base hit back up the middle. Sneaky Snack. Draw the walk. So 2 on, 1 out for Batter. Batter will... Keta. Keta will strike out. Arrow Cove. Back up the... Oh, and just... And the throw just beats out a Speedy Cove. Go to the bottom of the 7th. As Kadabra loops this one in for a double. How did that... Okay, sure. Savage will pop out in the infield for... Oh, no, he's out. Oh, he tried for a second and got thrown out. Buckshank draws the walk. Bambino into the gap, and that is extra bases, and they will sink Buckshank. It is now 5-1 Buffalo. There's a strikeout for Tomlin. To end the bottom of the 7th, we go to the top of the 8th. Cancun needing some runs here, as Cortez will lead things off with a single. That's into the gap by McGillicuddy. And they will hold the runners on second and third. No out for Troy Murphy, who will strike out looking against Westbrook. Frick Delling comes in to pitch. And that is a slow roller. That will be an infield hit by Cal, as now 5-2 as Cortez comes in to score. That is a fielder's choice by Rowdy, but a run comes in. It's 5-3. Azah will... Oh, and that's a diving catch by Mio to rob Azah of a base hit. They do tag on 2. They do put up 2 to cut the lead to 5-3. As Cosworth comes in and strikes out Mio for the first out. Thriller will ground out. Kelly will strike out as well. 1-2-3 inning, just what Cancun needed. Go to the top of the 9th, last chance. Sneaky Snack up, and he will ground out. First out. Bob Keta will ground out. Arrow Cove will ground out as well. So Frick Delling locking things down, as Buffalo will take this one 5-3. Surge going to 13-6 now as the Toros drop to 14-5. Over on the Toro side, an RBI from Murphy, Cow, and Rowdy, and that was all the offense they had. On Buffalo's side, a couple of hits for Thriller, Splorger, and Kadabra, and along with a RBI for each as well, and the Bambino of the other RBI. Pitching, Montaigne taking the loss, second of the season. Kaufman going 3-0 now, going 6 1/3, 6 strikeouts. Westbrook with the hold, Delling the save, and the player of the game is Colton Kaufman. All right. The Demons will beat San Antonio 6-1. On the San Antonio side, the only RBI coming from Shaw Dynasty. Not a lot of offense there. On Detroit side, you notice Ruiz with a 2-for-4 day, 2 RBIs. And the other RBI coming from Dogwood and Dunkin' Donuts. Pitching wise, Mike Boss, the third. Not a good start there, taking the loss. On Detroit side, Strider getting the getting the win. I'm sorry, second one of this season. Player of the game is Strider, going 5 innings, no earned run, 5 strikeouts. The Sea Serpents will beat the Pathfinders 8-5. Toronto side, Dethridge 4-for-5 day, 4 RBIs for Toronto. On Seattle side, 3-for-5 day, 4 RBIs for Wellerman. PBE Reese of a 4-for-4 day. Pitching wise, Yita Ball taking the loss. He's 0-4 now for Toronto. On Seattle side, Chris Cash getting the win. He's the 3-1 now for the season. Tyler Dethridge is the player of the game. Luna Base will beat Boise 5-1. On Boise side, the RBI coming from T-Rex Dan, and that's it. Luna Base, 2-for-4 day, 3 RBI for Honk Shu. Boise pitching. Phantom getting the loss there. And on Luna Bayside, Abenduck getting the win, going 6 2/3 with 1 earned run, 4 strikeouts. Benjamin Abenduck is the player of the game. The Scorpion will walk off over the Vandos. It is Smalls getting a solo shot off of Holly Sheets. Vancouver, the RBI coming from Phillip and Strange. On Death Valley side, Smalls a 2 for 5 day with that solo shot. And Lawn Gnomes, 2 for 4 day, 2 RBIs. Vancouver pitching, Holly, she taking the loss. And Ray Xavier getting the win, second of the season. Quan Civicalis Jr., player of the game. Nashville Stars a 6-1 victory over the Crabs. The only RBI for the Crabs coming from McKenzie. Nashville, Shawnee Cove with a 3 for 4 day, 5 RBIs. Impressive. A couple of hits from Mom Spooner. Providence pitching. It is Jay Doctor Jr. getting the loss, falling to 1-3. Nashville pitching. Krispy Kreme getting the win. Katarina getting the save, second of the season. Winans Cove is the player of the game. The Aviators will get a 7-5 victory against the Apex, who are really struggling right now. The Aviators, Garbanzo with a 3-hit day, a couple RBIs for Murphy Swift, 3 RBIs from Sad Fakar. Over on the Indy side, an RBI from D. Fernandez and Southworth. A couple RBIs for Harry Callahan. Kim Ji-woo going 4-0 now. And Nansen getting the 5th save of the season. Cranepool getting the loss for Indy. Safakar is the player of the game. The Rougarous get a walk-off, a 2-run shot by Dazn Guile in the bottom of the 9th to win this, 5-3. New York, not a lot of offense there. A couple of hits for Yeti Taz and a couple of hits for Mosquitoes, 3 RBIs. On New Orleans side, couple RBIs for Dazn Guile, and an RBI for Brooks and Mills. Pitching, Ransom Jones with a loss. I guess he gave up. I guess. Okay. Yeah. Over on New Orleans side, Lycan with no decision. Goat Tank with the 2nd win of the season. Fenrir Lycan is the player of the game. No minors game. Okay, cool. Oh, just kidding. Down to the minors we go. For some. The Ranas beating the Hepcats 4-1. Break up the Ranas. They're 8-11. The Kansas City side, they scattered 7 hits, but no runs to show for it. Smidius getting the loss there, and Ribbit player of the game for the Ranas. The Dillos getting a win over the Lemurs, 9-3. They're led by Brian Payne, 3 for 4 days, 3 RBIs, 3 hits for Palindrome, and a couple of hits and RBIs for Crystalhauser. On Louisville side, they scattered 11 hits, 3 of them being Old Richards, the other 3 going to Nerd. The RBIs coming from Nerd and Dinker. Pitching, Amarillo, flop quads with a win. Trongo Man with the hold. On Louisville pitching, it is George Braxton with a loss, and the player of the game is Brian Payne. The Firehawks who beat the Flamingos 4-1. On the California side, Automa 2 for 3 days on RBI, a couple RBIs for Can You Take Me Higher, Over on Florida side, the lone RBI coming from Althouse, with a couple of hits from Dinger and Althouse. California pitching, it is the Thor Lore with his 4th win of the season, 43 and 24, 43, 24/7 with the hold, and Sandman Summers with the save, 3rd of the season. Jay Kirkpatrick taking the loss for Florida, 3rd of the season. Thor Lore is the player of the game. The Wheelers with a 9-4 victory over the Kingpins. The Anchorage side, on the Anchorage side. Oh yeah, reading this wrong. Okay, Hogfeather Jones with 3 RBIs, Pass with 4 RBIs, with 3 hits as well to lead the way for Anchorage. On Chicago side, not a lot of things going on, and RBIs from Hinckley, Penley, and Tejada. Warren Peace getting the win, 3rd of the season. Innings Eater taking the loss, 3rd of the season for them. Player of the game is Pass, the losing effort. The last game of this day, it is the Bears walking this off against the Swifties. It is Eschenberg hit a run-scoring single against T2. Over on State College side, they were led by Hrishkesh with 5 RBIs, 3 for 6 days, 5 RBIs, a couple RBIs for Toga, and 3 RBIs from Pizza Man. Lots of runs. On Bruce City side, 4 RBIs for Jeff Bass, 3 RBIs for Eschenberg and AJ Bouchard. State College pitching, with the loss, it's 0-4 now. On Bruce City side is Helwick with a hold, and Peregrino with a win out of relief, 3-0 for the season out of Penn. Tonk Mato is the player of the game, and Tonk Mato ties the MLB regular season record for triples of 2. Tonk Mato sets an MLB regular season extra game record with triples of 3. He had 3 triples in a game. Wow, that's insane. Tonk Mato ties the minor league regular season extra inning game record for runs of 5. Congratulations, Tonk Mato. Alright, so we are on the on the 15th. That is Providence, Nashville, and it is up over under 19.5 hits. So get your bets in. Hi Nate, how are you doing, buddy? It is Providence, Nashville. It is Laharm James and Zach Mulder. Providence struggling a lot coming into this. Offense is not ticking at all. Philip Alou, the former MVP from a couple of seasons ago, after a terrible start at 156, the offense is not really hitting much at all. So and they don't really have that much pitching. So they win any games, it has to be on offense. Over on Nashville's side, as you mentioned, Chinese coach is having a fantastic start to the season so far. They'll be up against Zach Mulder, their young future ace for Nashville, having an okay season right now, 4.88 ERA. All right, so let's get this started. It's over under 19.5 hits. All right, kick this off. I forgot to give him the stadium again. Okay. As Alu will walk and get a stolen base. Barry Allen flies out for a second out. Kenzie flies out, I should say. As Goose will get on into the gap and giving Providence a 1-0 lead. And a strikeout for Fern, and that'll be it. 1-0 Providence over Nashville. Oh, diving catch at third by Alu to rob Sakudo of a hit, but DeVille will get a base hit. Cove will draw the walk, 2-on-1 out for Love, who will fly out to shallow center. Hayden Andrews Jr. will ground out, and that'll be it for Nashville in the bottom of the first. We go to the top of the second. Cool Crab leading things off with a fly ball to center for the first out. Crazy Mojito grounds out. Raru will hit a fly ball to center, and that will be the third out. 43 flies out. Bailey, the third, will get a base hit. Mom Spooner drives this one deep. That's gone. Martinez Mom Spooner was his third home run of the season, giving Nashville a 2-1 lead. Arson Judge will, hit a sharp ground ball to third and cannot be fielded. But Sakudo will ground it a fielder's choice, and Sakudo will get gunned down trying to steal second. Joseph Jolly will strike out. And Felipe Alou will strike out. Barry Allen strikes out, so Zach Motor strikes out the side. Bottom of the third we go. Nash DeVille leading things off with a deep drive, and that's gone. DeVille's first home run of the season, giving Nashville a 3-1 lead. Winez Cove will ground out. Mo Love will line out. Hayden Andrews Jr. grounds out. But not before DeVille giving Nashville a 3-1 lead. Top of the fourth we go. McKenzie will draw the walk. Swanson Goose will ground out. Justin Fern will drop this into left to the wall, and that will be extra bases. Man on second and third for Cool Crab, who will strike out. Crazy Mojito will hit this into center, and they'll be caught by DeVille. Go to the top of the fifth. It is Jose 43 1/4 will fly out to center. Bailey the third will draw the walk against LaHarm James. Mom Spooner will fly out to left. Arson Judge will ground out. Top of the fifth. Raru will strike out. Joseph Jolly strikes out as well. Felipe Alou will ground out. Top of the order for the Stars, as Sakudo will ground out. DeVille will ground out as well. Cove will strike out. Top of the sixth, and a base hit by Barry Allen. Allen will steal second. McKenzie will drop this into right, and that will... they'll hold Allen. Why would they hold Allen? Goose will fly out to right, and they will gun down Allen? Oh my goodness. How did they gun down Allen? Okay. And that's a deep drive by Mo Love, but it'll be caught close to the wall in left. A fly out for Andrews. 43 1/4 will fly out to center. Top of the seventh. Cool Crab will drop this into left for a base hit. And a pass ball, and Cove moves to second. Cool Crab moves to second as Cove strikes out. Raru grounds out. Jolly will pop out. Go to the bottom of the 7th. Bailey the third getting a base hit. Mom Spooner will fly out to the left as Ryan Neggs comes into pitch. And a base hit down the line for Judge. And that will score Bailey the third is 4-1 Nashville. Sakudo will ground out. DeVille will strike out looking. Nashville tags on one more. Is go to the top of the 8th here. Is top of the order for the Crabs as Alou will get himself an infield single. Allen will ground out. McKenzie will drop this into right for a base hit. Goose will line out to center. Fern, we drop this into center. And it's now 4-2. And oh, I think someone got thrown out at third. Molov strikes out for a second out. Andrews Jr. will get this into the gap. That's a base hit. 43 1/4. Holds up, and that's draws a walk. 2 on 2 out for Bailey the third. And he would draw the walk against Alessio. Mom Spooner will ground out. And that'll end the 8th. Top of the 9th, Providence last chance. Cool Crab leading things off. He holds up for a draw and draws a walk against Bubba Blaze. Strikeout against Cove. Caught Raru will line out and Cool Crab gets thrown out at first. And that's how the game ends. A 4-2 victory for Nashville. A low scoring one, so only 16 hits, so Providence, the RBI by Goose and Fern, that's pretty much it. Nashville was left by Nash DeVille, 2-4 day with solo shot. A couple RBIs from Mom Spooner as well. Harm James taking the loss. Zach Mulder getting the win. Katarina getting the hold. And Blaze getting the save. That bullpen is doing work for Nashville. Impressive. Zach Mulder, player of the game. All right, the Surge will get a walk-off against the Toros. Hulk Savage getting a RBI double against Pedro Martini to win the game for Buffalo. Cancun was led by Okao with 3 hits and RBI. Buffalo an RBI for Cadavra, Savage, and that's pretty much it. Very, very low scoring game. Switchman getting no decision. Martini getting the loss first of the season. Brigham Irons getting no decision. Delling getting the win. He's 2-0 now. JC Switchman, player of the game. San Antonio getting a 5-3 victory over the Demons. San Antonio was led by Bartholomew Brown with a couple RBIs. Over the Detroit side, a couple RBIs for Biff Slamis. Pitching cash consideration, getting first win of the season. 12 strikeouts. Nathan Abel getting the hold, and Red Rockman with the save, second of the season. Mulligan getting the loss for Detroit. Cash consideration is the player of the game. The Sea Serpents will get the win over the Pathfinders. And RBI from Deathrich and Alou. That's it. Over on Seattle side, a RBI from Becker, Allard, and Zexaquil. Thunder Miller getting the loss. Tough loss there, 0-4 for the season. DeVries getting the win, second of the season, and McQueen getting the save. IV DeVries is the player of the game. Luna Base. But walk-off over the Raptors, it is Chuck Slamis with a walk-off shot against Wade Silliams Jr. Boise batting, and Udo Bonga leading the way to 5-day, 2 RBIs. Luna Base getting scattered RBIs, a couple of hits for Rock Eater and Hunk Shu, and Slamus with the aforementioned walk-off. Namanon getting a little decision. Wade Silliam Jr. going 0-2 with a blown save. The loss as well. Yahound getting the blown save for Luna Base, and Iceman getting the win in relief. Scotty Sterling, who went 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored and 2 walks, is the player of the game. The Scorpions will get a 7-5 victory over the Vandals. In Vancouver's side, Danny Burgers 2 for 3 RBIs with 2 home runs, 4th and 5th of the season. On Death Valley's side, a couple of hits for Smalls, a couple of hits for Gnomes, and Flamingos and Ingram, also a couple of RBIs for Ingram as well. Bernard, with a no decision. Pocket, ouch. Okay, corner pocket did not. Okay, Strubs taking the loss. 0-1 for the season now. On Death Valley side, Pruitt getting the win out of relief, 2-0, and Guy Ruzzi getting the save, 2nd of the season. Danny Burgers, the player of the game. Nashville Stars. Oh wait, we saw this. Why am I going back in here? Okay. The Aviators of 8-4 victory over the Apex on Outer Bankside. Hitting a couple RBIs for Garbanzo, McDaniels, and for Carr. 3 for 4 day and an RBI for Aaron Henry. On Indy's side, a couple of hits for Enderman, 3 for 4 day for Catcher Scudder, a couple of RBIs for Car Crash. Lanky Stram getting the win for Outer Banks, 2nd of the season. Professor Farnsworth taking the loss for Indy. Aaron Henry is the player of the game. The Rougarous will beat the Voyagers 13-3. New York scattered a few hits here and there. Hadari with a couple of hits. So does Chris Angel. In New Orleans, Manuel Bang and Ashley Williams, 9 RBIs between those two. New York, Patey getting the loss. And New Orleans, McForty-3 getting the win, 3rd of the season. Ashley Joanna Williams, the player of the game. Down to the minors we go. It is the State College Swifties of an 8-2 victory over the Bruce City Bears. And then State College, a couple RBIs for McKinley and Mitsushima. Bruce City side, a couple of RBIs and hits for Mike Concho. Pitching, it is Tim Infinity getting the 4th win of the season with 1.31 ERA. Well, Liru Wolf getting the loss for Bruce City. The player of the game is Tim Infinity. So, and beyond. The Wheelers getting a 4-2 victory over the Kingpins, holding them off on the bottom of the 9th there. The Wheelers, everybody getting a hit except for Lumero. 3 hits for Paz. On Chicago's side, there's a couple RBIs for Penley. And pitching wise, Anchorage, Yirov going 2-1 now. No earned run, six strikeouts, and Richard Dick getting the save, 3rd of the season. Wizenga getting the loss for Chicago, and Cornholio getting the player of the game. And the Flamingos getting a 3-2 victory over the Firehawks, moving to 13-7 now. California is led by Artemo with a couple of hits for Beavers and Altuve. On Florida's side, 3 RBIs for Wexilium Summers. Pitching, California is Valak the 4th taking the loss. On Florida's side, Barry Balls with the win. Shanigo Flaps getting the hold. Og with the hold. And Kopowski with a save. Barry Balls is the player of the game. Kansas City with a 6-3 victory over the Ranas. For Kansas City, a 2-for-4 day, 2 RBI for Lincoln Mercury. Fantastic season, 9 home runs, 17 RBIs. The first season, I believe. Gets him a couple RBIs. Slobberknocker a couple RBIs. Pitching wise, it is Kanye West with the win out of relief. McKinley with a save. 4th of the season. Joe Getz, player of the game. Louisville will get a 5-4 victory over the Dillos. On the Dillos side, they were led by Brian Payne, 2-for-4 day, 4 RBIs. Over on Louisville side, they scattered a bunch of hits. Everybody getting a hit except for Dinker. A couple of hits for Wallach and an RBI. A couple of RBI for Griffin. Over the pitching side, the Dillos, Takahashi taking the loss. Louisville pitching, Jenny B. Pink with a win, 2nd of the season. Player of the game is Brian Payne with that 4 RBIs. All right, so let's take a look here. We're on the 15th. We finished that up, and the 16th, last day, and it's minors only. All right, the Wheelers will beat the Kingpins 5-1. They're led by Jones, Hogfeather Jones, 2-for-4 day, 3 RBIs. Over Chicago side, a couple of hits for Rysan the third. Down to Anchorage. Pitching, Bobby Walk with a win. He's 2-1 now. Yiduf, which one is this? This is T-Stol. Yiduf getting the first win of the season, despite getting the 4th loss of the season, giving up 5 runs and walking 4. Oh, goodness. Bobby Walk is the player of the game. The Hepcats will get a 4-2 victory over the Ranas. They were led by 2-for-4 day for Levensky, 2-for-4 day or RBI for Joe Getz. Tyler Atkins with no decision despite pitching well. Kevin Choke getting the win, 2nd of the season, and O'Reilly getting the save, 1st of the season. Oh goodness, I'm sorry. I like how you guys like scream into the chat as if like I can actually hear it. Yes, just type with more exclamation marks, because you know. Wait, what did I miss there? Okay, so in case you need to go back, if anybody needs to, Anchorage, Chicago, box scores. So okay, all right. State College will get an 8-3 victory over the Bears. The Swifties scattering hits all over the place. 3 RBIs for Healer and Hirschkish. A couple RBIs there. 3 RBIs for Mizushima. It's doing surprisingly very well for a guy who's only batting on 198. So the guy batting 198 is leading the team in RBIs. That's impressive. On Bruce City side, 2-for-4 day for Plantain and Mike Concho with 2-for-4 day, 2 RBIs. Thornberry getting the win for State College. Mac John getting the loss for Bruce City. The player of the game is Bandit Healer. And Joey Gallo stuck in us. Like that's impressive. You bat 198 and you lead the team in RBIs and home runs. Like what? And it's not like the team is doing terrible, you know. So, all right, the Dillos get a 11-3 victory over the Lemurs. 7 RBI for Warsmoke. Have yourself a day, Uzi. 3-for-5, 7 RBIs. Over on Louisville's side, an RBI from Richards and a couple RBIs from Wallach. There's no notes. He didn't tie any records. How many RBIs do you need to tie a record or even break a record? Okay. Aria Blue Skies moves to 5-0 now. And Summers, Wayne Finch Summers with the save. first of the season. Side duck with a loss for Louisville. Player of the game is Commander Warsmoke. Apparently more than 7. So. Okay, the Flamingos will blank the Firehawks 6-0. That's a lot of hits and not a lot with no runs. On California side, 4-for-4 day for Zach Johnson the third. That's it. There's no runs. Florida side, 3-for-5 days for Smirnoff with a couple RBIs. 3-for-3 day for Hunter. Chuck Nasty taking the loss for California. Sagani Legend winning his third of the season. And the player game is Sagani Legend. Alright, let's save this again. Alright. Alright. I don't know about you, but I'm tired. Alright, let's get this. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Quick look at the standings. Out of Aviators and the Surge tied at 14-6. Fantastic start by both teams so far. San Antonio up in the Legends West with 13-7. Champs East. Yeah, this is what everybody expected completely. Nashville Stars 14-6 to lead the way there. The Toros 14-6, holding on despite losing 4 in a row. They are off to a very hot start, and unfortunately, they kind of hit a little bit of a stumbling block in the last 4 as Death Valley Scorpions slowly catching up. The Rougarous as well, as they have won 5 in a row. Seattle won 2. According to this, yes, they have won 2 in a row, which I believe there is a bingo box for this. It's called a winning streak. It's happened before. Over on the Legends, the Miners, the Dillos leading the way with 14-7 record. So are the sort of Mingos, but the Dillos have a better run differential. The Wheelers are 12-9 coming up next, and then a bunch of teams after. So we'll see how this plays out over the next week or so. Yes, teams are wild card standing for the Miners with 21 games in. Yeah, so yes, all the teams are very close because we're only 21 games in. Yes, decision means nothing. It doesn't matter. We're just showing the records right now. I mean, all of this is gonna turn around in like a week. So, well, yes, Swifties 1 game out. Yes, because so. Stem check for the Voyagers. The pen has no stamina. I can tell you that. So, all right. That's well, hummus is weird. Oh, it's okay. We are very accepting of people here. So, hummus being weird, we accept that. We are accepting. I'm accepting. I don't know about you. I mean, I can't speak for you, I guess, but I'm very accepting. Anyways, I guess ask the booth time. I don't know. Guys, we gotta take a few minutes to get this uploaded. The numbers can't be that high. We only have like 400 people in the league. No problem. Happy to do it, even though that I'm trying not to do it. But yeah. Um, Figured that I had a little time, so might as well get in a few here and there. So, how's my initial feeling about the start of the season? Any initial shocks? I think the amount that the Voyagers and the Apex are struggling surprised me. Um, I It's 21 games in, so it's you never know. Um, we have seen different things before. Teams get hot, teams get cold, and blah blah blah. So yeah, I don't know if there's anything that's really shocking. Um, I have my that the sim is kind of acting a little bit strange in some ways, but I can't really put my finger on it. But other than that, well, yeah, one sim changes a lot. They won five in a row, and then they climb back up. Um, so I don't expect New Orleans to stay down. They have a very good offense, and when you have a very good offense, when your offense is clicking, and assuming that your pitching isn't completely crapping the bed, you generally win a lot of games. You just need your pitching to be okay. But yeah, I don't. So yeah, I actually a little. Well, I don't know if I'm surprised on that. It's hard to say because Vancouver could go a lot of ways at this stage in time. But I did expect them to be better. So yeah. But but I can't say that's a complete surprise because again, it's not like the Providence actually. The shocker is actually Providence. I didn't think they'll be good, but I didn't think they'll be like 3-18 or whatever the heck they are bad. So you could blame Dame for everything. Yeah, you could definitely blame him. It's all him. So any one of you who is struggling or having a bad season, you could totally blame Dame. It's completely his fault. It's I I passed the torch. I gave him the notes on what to do and whether or not he's doing them right. That's up for you guys to decide. So really is the Voyager's offense. Um, I assume that says where. The offense isn't the problem for Voyagers. I mean, yeah, we have some struggling bats, but overall, it's not. It's not that bad. It's the pitching that like just getting rocked left and right. The bullpen, which is so good for us last season, apparently no one can pitch. So, Dame is the reason Yeti is juice. No, that's the Mexican food. That got nothing to do with Dame. So that's all Mexican food. Uh, yes, BTS, that is correct. Zero overall, confirmed, totally confirmed. Carn Asada fueling me. That's actually a good name, Carn Asada. Why don't we have that yet? We need more food names. All right, good night, Joe. We need more food names, like creative food names. Like class of 54 that's coming up. Whoever's doing it, you guys gotta come up with. See, Smirnoff is already cool enough. Gumlin came as Smirnoff, so he's all about the drinks, um, uh, names. So yeah, there we go. T-Den, do it, do it. um, Costing you. See, someone just needs to make their player DoorDash, and then just we could say that we're promoting them, and they should give us money. That's what we should do. Yeah, I don't know. I sometimes regret having a food channel in New York because like people post food, and I'm just like hungry all the time. Like Reno posted that he was at like a Korean barbecue today, and it's just like, yeah, that looks really good. Because they aren't very fast. It's true. Quesadilla. Oh, that's smart. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, we have one real life sponsorship that wasn't really who Yeti. Hey, Yeti makes good stuff. So I wouldn't, you know, I would totally be down for Yeti to sponsor. They do make good stuff. Their food channels. I mean, you could have a food channel. Yeah. I mean, the main server has a food channel, so you just go ask Bailey to make a food channel. No. So we don't like you. There's no such thing as we don't like you. BTS. See, this is how much I love BTS. He was the Hepcats. He was the Hepcats. I refused to draft him because he was my updater. That's how much I loved him. I refused to draft him because he's our updater. For years. It's years. You and in terms of like updaters I work with the most, is you and Evok. Like like between the two, I would say that is that out of like 5 years being here, that's probably like 3 years, like three, maybe even more of the years, which is between you two, like you and Evok. And we both, I know, yeah, that's sad. It's extremely sad. Have yourself a good night. Yeah, I'm off this week, so I'm just crashing. I'm kind of my kids are now old enough to make their own breakfast, so I'm just like, don't bother me. Only bother me if it's like you can't reach something. Uh, I guess they started a Yeti thing. Yeah, the Evok Cove thing. That was huge. I had the pleasure of drafting a few coves, and now finally signing the having actual Evok on my team, which is like the first time. I've never had Evok, and I've never been teammates before, so it's actually kind of cool. I mean, there's a bunch of people in this league I've never been teammates with, so and I've known them for like 5 years, and so it's kind of crazy. Where did Jose 43 stuff come from? Jose 43 is a user named Van. His original player is Jose 43, and there's a bunch of people who just kind of followed along somewhere along the way and made variations. We had like the bot. One of them is the bot, the Jose 43 24/7. Unconfidence made Jose 43 and a quarter. Both Sox made Jose Mick 43. So yeah, there's a few. It was just really Jose's that they were around. So, but yeah. So that it just came from one user that they kind of just named it after. Yeah, yeah. So he had Jose 43, and then did he have a junior? No, junior wasn't him. Yeah, I don't remember. So I gotta look back at what else he made, but I don't remember. The Windsor line. The Windsor line was really just you though. Like there was another Windsor, like Kitakazi's original player, Nolan Windsor, but that so happened. He didn't follow JJ Windsor. It just so happened that there was another Windsor. Oh, looks like we're up on that. Let's see. Let me get the index. We make good time. 2 hour stream. Look at that. Look at that. We make good time. I could have Jose H. I mean, no one's stopping you from recreating as a Jose. You could always be a Jose. You think, and think if you went after dark, you could have been still streaming. Well, this is, I mean, oh wait, no, I started a bit early, so it's 2 hours and 15. Okay, that's about right. I was gonna say, there's no way I made it in 2 hours. There's no way I made it in 2 hours. So 2 hours 15. That's not bad. All right, the index is almost there, and then we could end this off. All right, I think it is up. Let me check. 16th, that is correct. Alrighty. Well, thanks for being here with us tonight. And you have yourself a great night and good Friday. So, thank you, everybody. Good night.